Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to those of you who are new. Today's video is going to be our third paycheck for the month of May. I know May has already passed, but I was on vacation the last week, so I didn't get a chance to sit down and do my last paycheck budget. If you watched any of my previous videos, you will know that we got paid 3 times this month, as I'm sure a lot of people did. They get paid bi-weekly. And basically, our third pay period is kind of like our first pay period for June. So that pay period is going to be paying for all of the things that come out at the very beginning of this month. I'll also be doing a little bit of a check-in for you guys so you can see how I've been doing with my budgeting, and hopefully at the end of this week I'll be able to do a recap for the month of May. I'm still waiting on a few things that are pending in our account just so I can make sure that everything is cleared before I do that. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video that's coming up. All right, let's get into the budget. All right, so like I said, this is the budget for the 31st, but this will cover from the 31st to the 13th for us. So it's basically like a first paycheck for June, but because it came at the 31st, we still have to count it for May. All right, so our budgeted income is always $14.17, and our extra is $100, giving us a total of $15.17 for this pay period. I went ahead and wrote in all the categories because sometimes that takes a lot of the time, and I know I've heard from people that they like to just kind of get to the budget, so I wrote those down for you guys, and we'll go ahead and go on with the mortgage. So our mortgage we cut in half, and it is $466 every pay period, and thankfully with the last pay period we were able to do an extra payment, so that helps. Going on to our car payment, these 3 are the ones that we do every single pay period, and those numbers never change. Most of these numbers don't change too much, and they stick with our budget, but every once in a while these will fluctuate just a little bit. So for the gas bill this month, it was $34, and our internet is $54. I think our electric bill sits right in between our pay periods, and so sometimes I pay it with the first pay period and sometimes I pay it with the second. So it's kind of in a weird spot right now because usually I don't pay it with these bills. I have it broken up differently, but that's okay. This pay period it fell here, and I think we'll be fine because of our last pay period paying off some of our other bills I would normally pay with this paycheck. It gets complicated, y'all, when there's an extra pay period. I almost just wish that he got paid monthly so we didn't have to worry about it. And then our gasoline for this pay period is actually a lot cheaper than what it normally is, and I think that's due to just us not driving very much in the past 2 weeks. So only $30 for that. Let me add it up real quick. And that gives us a total of $9.85. A leftover of $5.32, which we move down to our envelopes. Okay, so for our cash envelopes, we're going to go back to what our normal monthly envelopes are. So $300 for food. We'll just do 12 and 12 for my husband and I. Pets gets 13 this pay period, and miscellaneous gets 20. So we'll add those up real quick, and that is $357, leaving us a balance of $175. Now I come over to our sinking funds. And cell phones get 20, car maintenance get 25, house maintenance gets 12, subscriptions gets 8, clothes gets 10, and gifts gets 10, with a total of $85. Oh, I forgot to write in our leftover up here, so that was $175 is what we were left over with, leaving us a leftover of $90. So one thing I do want to mention is that I had saved up some extra money for the past year pretty much because I knew that we would be taking this vacation this last month. I actually saved up a little bit more than what we needed. So I have about $300 from that savings account that I'm going to be able to put towards our debt. So that makes me very, very happy to be able to put a big chunk into our debt this month. One thing that I do like about the Budget Mom is that she doesn't say just to put $1,000 aside, because sometimes that's not enough. So she says to put aside the savings amount that you feel comfortable with if you were to have an emergency. So because of that, I'm going to put a little bit of this extra $90 into savings and a little bit towards debt, since I will be making another debt payment with the money that we didn't use on our vacation. So I'm going to put, let's say, $50 over to our savings. Can you guys see that? I don't think you can. So $50 over into our savings. And we'll do $40 in our debt. Which will leave us with a $0 budget. Okay, so let's flip over real quick and we will do our cash breakdown. Just so you guys can see how I do this. Okay, so basically we're just going to fill in the amounts here, break it down, and then over here we're going to get out what we need from the bank. Okay, so food category is 300. This is one of the worksheets that I really, really enjoy. Actually, this whole cash envelope breakdown I really enjoy because it just, I don't know, it just makes sense. Because you do need to work this out. You need to see exactly what you're going to be getting. 20, 25, 12, 10, and 10. And once again, you don't see my subscriptions on here because I did end up moving those over to my Capital One account finally after like 2 months of talking about it. The total is 414. Let me just double check my math. Yep, 414. So now we just move over to the budget or the cash breakdown. So for food, I'm just going to get 300s. And I was finally able to switch banks so that now I can get 10s and 50s, which makes all the difference in the world, let me tell you. I've never heard of that before. I think it's so silly that you can't get 10s and 50s at a bank. It's a bank. Like, what are they thinking? I think they explained it to me that those just aren't in demand. Whatever. I don't get that at all. And then we come over here. I should have taken this out of my binder so I can work on this better. But, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 6, 3, and 3. And then you write down your value, which is 300. None and 50s this time. 60, 60, 5, and 9. So let me just double check and add that up. Nope, did that wrong. What did I mess up? Guys, I'm telling you, my math is so terrible. So this is actually 334 because I missed a 20 when I was adding it up. Ugh, and I still wrote it wrong. So this is actually 334 and I missed one of these 20s when I was adding it up. I just added up 120 instead of 220. So yes, that is correct. So now we come over here and we just use our little cash breakdown from this and put it over here. So for ones, I'm going to need 9 ones and a total value of $9. I'm going to need 1 5, so $5. I need 6 10s, which equals 60. 3 20s, which equals 60. And 3 100s, which equals $300. So my total is $434.00. Okay, I'm gonna go get my cash from the bank and I will meet you guys right back here. Okay guys, so we're back for the cash envelope stuffing, and as always I will start with my dividers that I keep in my wallet, and then we'll move on to my sinking funds. And I just want to let you guys know that I did not track my spending very well. And the reason is because we did go on vacation, and my husband was really against us taking cash on vacation. I'll still work on him for that, but for now, he really just wasn't okay with taking cash. So I only used the cash for like a week after the last pay period, and then I didn't use it for the vacation week. And that means that I didn't track my spending. So I'll just show you guys what I have left in these dividers, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so first things first, we'll start with food. And it said my balance was $50 on here. It was the last thing that I wrote, but that's not accurate. So let's see how much is in here. And I did just use up that money going to the grocery store. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to start with 7. And to that I will be adding 300. So 1, 2, $307 is going to be our starting balance for food, which I'm going to replace my little tracking sticker thing that I have on here. So 307. Next is my money, and it says my balance is $38. I don't even know how I would have gotten $38, but I don't have $38. I have $5. I'm telling you guys, I was not good this month or this pay period with tracking. So we'll start with 5. Into that, I'm going to add 12. So 10, 11, and 12. So I have $17 starting with mine. And also for my husband, I'm going to pull out $12 for him. Okay, set that to the side. Next is pets. This says I should have a balance of $12, and I do. Hey, one that's right. And to that, we're going to add $13. So 10, 11, 12, 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So 25, is that right? 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 25. Okay. So $25 is my starting balance for pets. Miscellaneous says that I should have 20, and I do. Hey, I was half okay this pay period. So $20, and to that we're going to add $20. So now we have $40 in my miscellaneous category. That's good. And that is all for my dividers. So next we're going to move on to my sinking funds, and I'll just tell you guys the balance that I have in here, and then I'll write on there the new balance that we have, because these should all be accurate, and if they're not, I won't know what happened, because it should be accurate. So we're going to start first with cell phones, and I have a balance of $160, and to that I'm going to add $20. So I should have 180, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So 180 is my new balance. For car maintenance, we should have a balance of 106. To that we will be adding 25. Okay. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31. So 131 is my new balance for the car maintenance. Next is house maintenance, which gets $12. Oh wait, house maintenance has a balance of $50, and we add 12 to it. So 10, 11, 12. So 10, 15, I'm sorry, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, and $62. Clothes has a balance of, I didn't write down the balance last time. I didn't, just wrote down 10. So there should be a balance of 40, and we're going to add 10 to it. So 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 7, 8, 9, and 50. And last but not least is gifts. And that it has a balance of 53. We'll add 10 to it. Should be $63. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 1, 2, and $63 for gifts. Alright guys, there you have it. That is my cash stuffing and my paycheck to paycheck budget for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave me some comments down below. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, make sure that you do so and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!